Irreverent, entertaining, cool. You're listening to LA Talk Radio.
You're listening to the Sheena Metal Experience with your host, Sheena Metal, right here on LA Talk Radio.
That's right. It's the Sheena Metal Experience right here on LA Talk Radio. For more info on the show, latalkradio.com, SheenaMetalExperience.com. Don't forget to email me and let me know what you think of the show. If you're calling and looking for me somewhere on social media, it's so easy to find me. I'm just at Sheena Metal everywhere. How easy is that? I'm also the founder of a peace, love, kindness, and unity movement. We're at IamRaisingTheVibration.com. And at our nonprofit hub, most importantly, which is at raisingthevibration.org. We also have a fantastic online community at thevibration.nation.com and a blog and vlog site at avibration.nation.com. Also, I have a spiritual practice of my own at IamRaisingYourVibration.com, and we're putting up a big new site at SheenaMetalSpiritual.com. You can go and see that being built right now. And speaking of spiritual, today, we're doing psychic readings, healings, and a little spiritual counseling here on the air. Whatever you need, however we can help you. With me today is my wonderful friend, Belle Salisbury. She is, of course, from Bellesprit magazine and the wonderful Facebook group, Psychic Lighthouse. Sometimes we do these on here on the Sheena Metal Experience. They're special broadcasts. This is always the format on my my weekly Haunted Playground show, which is Tuesdays from 12 noon to 2 p.m. every day, new time slot. This is the new format. And when we get together and we do this, I like to call it Lightworkers Unite, because the only thing better than one lightworker is two or more. Belle, welcome to the show, my friend. It's so great to have you here.
Hi, Sheena. Great to be back again.
So
Thanks
wonderful.
for having me.
I'm so proud to be a part of Bellesprit and to be one of your diamond psychics and to also be part of Psychic Lighthouse. And I love everything you've got going on, my friend.
Oh, thank you so much. I feel the same about you.
It's nice, right? There's lots of love. You know, I thought of this name the other day because we'd been doing these for a while. And when I've been doing something for a while, I always think this needs a name. And then I decided that the perfect name was Lightworkers Unite, because I love the idea of lightworkers getting together, and instead of working against each other and being competitive and being weird, that what it's really all about is working together and how we can grow the vibration of positivity and love and benevolence and harmony and tranquility and joy and positivity if we're all in this together. And the more light workers in a pot, the stronger that energetic pot is.
I agree. We should be lifting each other.
Yes.
That's what light workers do.
Absolutely. Well, yes, we should be. Always like that. Always for each other. So welcome to Lightworkers Unite on the Sheena Metal Experience. Belle, welcome to you. Welcome to everybody listening. We're also broadcasting on Facebook Live. If you want to get on the air with us, here's how you do it. Because of the way our new Skype system is, for people that have watched and listened before, you need to send me a text message so I can get you in our system. So I'm actually giving my personal cell out on the air because I'm either amazing or crazy or both. 818-437-0886. That's how you get a reading. You text me at 818-437-0886. And of course, I need your name as well, because I don't know who you are if I don't have your name, because that's how it works. So send me a text. Let me know if we can help you today. You don't have to let us know what it's about. You can tell us on the air. And we've got some folks waiting, Belle. Are you surprised? How are things? And what's the most important thing on your mind lately about being a light worker? Where do you think people need the most help?
You know, I still see a lot of healing needs. You know, we're having difficulty with releasing the past, and we're having difficulty with quieting the mind.
Yes.
We get in our heads too much, and then we think, and we think, and then we think again. And it plants us in the past, if that's what we're worried about, or it plants us in the future where it creates, you know, anxiety and angst. And, you know, we need to learn to be more present.
Yeah. I agree. And I think that's for everybody, right? But especially for those of us who are doing light work, because it's easy for us to get drained by what's going on. And it's so important that we make sure that we continue to fortify ourselves so we can help others. I've been using that analogy so much. We had another gathering from my Raising the Vibration movement last weekend at the Loft Ensemble Theater in Sherman Oaks, and that was very much a big part of that discussion is how we, I always use the analogy of, they say on the airplane, right? You've got to put the masks on your face first so you can then help everybody else on the plane. And I think light workers forget that sometimes, and our natural go-to as empaths is to help everyone else first. And then the problem with that becomes...
Do you ever notice that we seem to experience things, and how do I put this without sounding smug? It seems like a lot of the light workers experience things first so that we're able to have experience and help others later when they come across the same experiences. Am I saying that right? Does that make sense?
Yes. Yeah, and my mom, who was a very gifted light worker, used to say that all the time, that she believed that all of the horrible things that had happened to her in life were for lessons so that she could help other people. She used to say it about Scorpios, because she was a Scorpio. She used to say Scorpios had lousy lives so they can then become teachers. But I think, it wasn't just her life that was horrible.
That's kind of standard quo for many of our light workers, is that, we've had so many challenges, and not that we're better or, worse off than anybody, but, because a lot of our challenges are by our own choices.
Yes.
But I think we chose these experiences in order to be able to be a guide, or be guidance, maybe that's the better word, to be guidance for those that are going through it now.
I could not agree with you more. I absolutely agree. And I think that we, like you said, we probably sign up for that crazy, right?
Right?
What
were we thinking?
How much do you believe that? Well, I'm getting somebody in our system right now. If anybody wonders why I'm looking at the phone, it's because I'm lining up the calls, because I'm an engineer, producer, host, and phone screener today. I'm everything. I'm multitasking like a air traffic controller. Do you believe? How much of it do you believe that we sign up for ahead of time, Belle? Do you think that we ask for all of it beforehand, or do you think that any of it is just we get a surprise when we get here? Do you think, like, when we're getting ready to be reincarnated, if you believe in that? I do. You may not. Do you think that we sit around and say, okay, this is what I want to happen in my life? Or do you think a lot of it is just that the universe chooses it for us because they're older and wiser and know what lessons we need to learn? Or both?
I feel, well, I feel like that we have kind of a little blueprint that we work upon. And it feels like that, I want to build on this section, and so therefore I'm going to plan these experiences. But then when we get here, we forget the blueprint, and we're doing it by
absolutely
soul, our soul impression, so to speak. And so because we have free will, sometimes we might deviate, from the blueprint. But I feel like that, we eventually remember and can get ourselves back on track, hopefully. But so it's not like we're going through blindly. I think we still have that higher self connection that sort of sometimes tempts us to get back on track, but it's always about our free will and our free choices. And I also feel that we choose the individuals that we interact with, good and bad.
Yeah.
We choose them for that lesson, for that purpose of the lessons involved as well.
Yeah. I do believe that. I'm also maybe a little more old school in the sense that I also believe that a lot of it the universe just picks for us, because I think they're older and wiser and know more. And I think that as a soul grows, its go-to is to pick lessons that are easy. So sometimes lessons are picked for us that are not so easy. And we have to take the plunge. And I do believe that sometimes we pick encountering with people, but I also think some people just sort of are our energetic soulmates. And that's not always a good thing. I mean, like, you can have a soulmate that's terrific for you, and you can have a soulmate that's terrible for you. And it just depends on the soulmate. So I think we run into the same people again and again with the same issues until we figure out whatever the lesson was to learn with that person. Until we work it out, I think sometimes we just keep bumping up against them again and again. Do you believe that?
I do. I do, because I believe that we travel in soul circles.
I do too, yes.
And so we're often traveling with the same individuals, I should say the same souls, lifetime after lifetime after lifetime.
I do
we
too.
just change roles.
Yes.
And that explains why we meet some people who we absolutely adore right off the bat, because we just feel like we know them forever. And that is where the term soulmate comes in.
I agree.
And it also explains why we might meet someone that we instantly can't stand.
Right, or that we instantly feel right, or that we instantly feel connected to, and then it becomes a train wreck. I say this all the time to friends, that it's and to clients, that it's sometimes you have a soul tie with somebody, but just because you have that tie, you don't necessarily know what it's supposed to be in this lifetime. And it's a learning curve, because it may not be. You may be somebody who every lifetime you were lovers, and for whatever reason this time you're not supposed to be.
Yeah, and you're supposed to have challenges. It reminds me, Sheena, of a meditation that I did once with my ex-husband. Well, not with him, but it involved him. And in this meditation, I was seeing myself planning out my life path for that particular lifetime. And I remember feeling, gee, how am I going to do this? I've got this to accomplish. What am I going to do? And a soul comes up behind me and says, oh, is that what you've got to do? And I was like, yes. And they looked and they were like, oh, well, I could help you with this and this. Oh, and this too. And I remember thinking with awe, oh my gosh, you're willing to do that for me? And the soul said, sure, I can come down and play the heavy and help you learn those lessons. And I turned around with such admiration at this soul as his face morphed into my ex-husband.
Wow.
And I moved out of that meditation and was like, what the snap? It was like, oh, wow.
And do you think that the two of you have gone around and around together?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, many times.
Yeah.
Many times, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I had that once with somebody that I was involved with, and I could actually feel the different time periods. I mean, that's happened to me more than once, but with this particular person, and then I sort of had this feeling like, oh yeah, the minute it started to go bad, I thought, oh yeah, I remember you, and this always goes bad. And I think I had to really be the one this time to cut that tie and sort of break that cycle. And I really believe you can break cycles. I'm always telling clients and always telling people, random people I meet at parties, you can break cycles. And people always say to me, I'm never going to lose the weight. I'm never going to stop being agoraphobic. I'm never going to stop having so much depression. And I'm the person that always says, I've broken so many cycles and still am working on other cycles that I've started to break. And I broke a cycle with a soulmate that was negative, that I literally and figuratively thought I would not survive. And if I can get out of that, you all can get out of that. And anybody can get out of anything. And every day your life starts anew, right? Every day is a new day, and it's a brand new day for you.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that.
All right, so should we get somebody on?
Let's do it.
Let's get somebody on. All right, let's hope that when we call this person, they understand what's going on, because I just texted this person. Okay, so here we go. So we're going to you know what, really quick, tell us a little bit about what you're doing with Psychic Lighthouse, because I just want to make sure we're not calling people that aren't ready to go and don't know that they're up next, because that's just me being the producer and the engineer and the call screener at one time.
Multitask, shall we? The Psychic Lighthouse is a Facebook group, and its original creation was to allow everyone's light to shine, and that's why we called it the Lighthouse. And a group of friends were sitting in my, living room one day, and we decided that we'd love to be able to help teach others, and we came up with the idea of a Facebook group. And then a friend of mine, Tito Williamson, decided that, let's call it the Psychic Lighthouse. And so that's why our theme is always let your light shine. And the idea is that there are so many gifted and talented individuals with knowledge to share. And some of them know things I don't know, and I know things they don't know. And then there are so many others that are seeking and are looking for guidance and wanting to learn and grow.
Absolutely.
And you're going to find that in the Psychic Lighthouse, because it's not about Belle, because I started the group. It's about whomever has the talent, whoever has the knowledge that's being sought after, then it's your show. You're the one who gets to talk and teach. And we all have different perspectives, and everybody that reads our perspective can pick and choose what fits or what resonates with them.
Right. And isn't that beautiful? I mean, that really is what it should be. And I think that everybody, whether you're talking about your gifts or simply your beliefs, it should 100% be, what do you believe? What to you is what does it mean to you to be in the realm outside of the realm, right? Outside of the three dimensions, your spirituality, your belief in the paranormal, your psychic beliefs, your belief in your own gifts. All of it is 100%. What do you believe? And because at this point with all of us on the earth, it's just belief. It's whatever you believe is what is the right thing. And I think some people have a hard time with that. They come into the business, they come into the world of spirituality, and they're looking for concrete answers like you get from science or math. And there just aren't. And that's okay. That's the beautiful thing about it right now. Until science proves spirituality 600%, and we know exactly what all the parameters are, we're all free to believe whatever we want right now. And isn't that beautiful? Did I lose Belle? How did that happen? Okay, Belle, you know what? I lost you. I'm going to have to call you back. That call just dropped right out, right in the middle of my big rant. Look at us go. Okay, so hang on a second. We got to get... It shows that she's still here. That's so strange. All right, Belle, we're getting you back on. Isn't that strange that happened? I'm telling you, this is a crazy day. This is a crazy, energetic day. All right, we're just going to wait for her to pick up. Are you back with me, my friend? I was on a huge, big spiritual rant.
Floating in the nether.
I was in this huge, big spiritual rant, and you weren't answering. And I thought, oh, my God, maybe she completely doesn't agree with what I'm saying. And then just suddenly there was nothing. I thought I'd really just finally said the thing that was like, okay, now I said something that's so out there, she's going to kill us.
No, I was kind of floating in the nether.
There's a lot of wind here today, and I think that Skype is, for some reason, susceptible to how much things are blowing around here on the earth, which probably makes no sense because it's probably 100% satellite based, but still. Okay, here we go. You ready?
I'm ready.
Now is the time, my friend, to do this. It's so much fun. So we're going to get Veronica on with us in just 1 second, and I'm so excited to have her. And if you want to get on the air with us, 818-437-0886. That's 818-437-0886. That's how you do it with Belle and with me right here on the Sheena Metal Experience special broadcast, Lightworkers Unite. I love that story. Veronica, are you with us? Belle, you're with me, right?
I'm with you.
Veronica, are you with us?
Veronica's floating in the nethers now. She took my path.
Can you hear us, Veronica? Gosh, I show that she's there. Can you hear us?
A message for me and I'll get back to you. Thanks and have a great day.
Oh no, we got the Veronica voicemail. Okay, so Veronica, we're now leaving you a voicemail, but we're going to let you go. And we are going to let that go. We're going to get somebody else on, and then we'll figure out what happened with Veronica. So we're going to get Shiloh on. So here we go, Shiloh. That almost never happens because I text people and I don't call them unless they text me back and say they're ready to go. So I'm not sure what happened, but we will get back to her in just a second, and I'll figure it out while we talk to Shiloh. Meanwhile, we're getting Shiloh on 818-437-0886. You text me. You can't call me because I'm here. You text me, and that's how you get on with us to get a reading, a healing, some counseling, spiritual counseling, whatever it is that you want. Do you like all those terms? Do you like psychic, medium, spiritual counselor, intuitive? Are you up for all of those, Belle? All right, hang on. We're going to take a call, then I'm going to ask you that again. Shiloh, welcome.
Well, thank you.
It's so great to have you here, my friend.
Thank you to be there.
Do you have small people in the background? Are there tiny people?
I did a minute ago, and now I just
came out to the garage.
Awesome. Fantastic. Well, welcome to the show, and thanks for being our first caller today. How you're here with me and Belle Salisbury. How can we help you, sweetheart?
Well, I was wondering if there were any messages from loved ones that have passed, specifically, ones that I have not heard from, because it's always nice to hear from them and hear any potential guidance that they have.
Right. Belle, you want to take this first one while I get the rest of our callers set up?
Yeah. Hi, Shiloh. Did you have anyone specific? Because if we ask for anyone on the other side, we might get a plethora of people and not who you were particularly thinking of. So was there someone specific that you wanted to hear from?
Yeah. Who haven't you heard from?
Yes, I would say Rosalie would be the specific one, but I did leave that door open just in case.
Okay, now I'm not real good with names. That's not my forte per se. But immediately when you were asking for loved ones, I got the initial B, and sometimes I'll get an initial that could be first name, last name. But I felt this belonged to a female, and I kind of felt like, wasn't there a friend connected to you, Shiloh, that has crossed?
Yes, ma'am.
And was that be connected to her?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. And it could just be two separate folks that are trying to come through,
Very well could
be. Yeah. And so what is the first name of the friend? Because I feel like this is more of a friendship connection than it is a family connection, if you will. What was her first name?
Her first legal name was Wanda, but she went by Cheryl.
Okay. And was her hair kind of, it's not brown, it is not blonde, it's kind of like that sandy, light, maybe it's a lighter brown colored hair?
Yes. They actually both were.
Okay. And she also, my first impression is she loves to talk, but I wanted to call her a goofball, but I mean that in a very nice way. Just that she was so fun-loving and ambitious and vibrant. You know what I mean? Like she was just always go. And
absolutely.
Yeah. And now, was her passing really sudden? Because the feeling I get here is that we didn't expect her to go when she did. That's kind of the feeling that I get. Like it was either not supposed to happen so quickly, or because I keep feeling like she's saying to me, "I thought I had more time."
Honestly, I'm here, but it almost sounds like the two of them may be trying to tag team you and keep saying different things.
Oh, interesting.
Right.
Rosalie definitely, she thought she had more time.
That's what I was.
It was sudden.
Okay.
That's what we're talking about, Rosalie. Isn't
I
it?
think you're being tag teamed.
Those crazy
I think you're being
spirits.
tag teamed. They did not pass at the same time.
I mean, they're talking to me at the same time, is what I'm getting at.
Oh, yes, I think so. I think they are.
Yeah.
So Rosalie passed before her time, right, honey?
Right.
Is that right?
Well, yes, she passed before she thought she would.
Yeah.
But then again, she thought she would live forever. Indestructible.
She still thinks she's living forever. Isn't that the fantastic thing about her?
Right? That's awesome.
I mean, seriously, she still believes that, and she is living on. I mean, she's not wrong about that. But I mean, she doesn't seem to know that she's passed, and she's with you all the time, but she hangs back so you don't know. But you kind of do know. But she hasn't actually you've never contacted her through a different light worker or anything. But you know that she's there, and you get signs.
I do.
Yeah. So I think
and
she's
the signs were especially prevalent when she first passed.
Yes. Absolutely.
I'm sorry, say that again?
Belle, say that again, sweetie.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Yeah,
No,
I didn't
please.
mean to butt in. That
No,
they get pushy. You understand
no,
that? They
please,
get
butt
pushy.
in, baby.
Yeah, Rosalie was a friend of yours, correct?
That was family member.
Okay, Rosalie was a family member. So who's the one that you used to go dancing with? Because I feel like that she's ready to go dancing. Whoever this is, if it's Cheryl or if this is Rosalie, whoever it is, they're ready to go dance.
Okay, they both could be saying that.
Okay.
These are like twin
their
spirits.
Personalities are very much alike.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wish I could separate them, but you know what it is? They're competitive, Sheena. They're both like elbowing each other. I'm here, and they're going, well, I'm here. It's kind of like that production where you see two people trying to play the lead.
Yes. Yes.
And that's kind of how it's coming through for me.
Yeah. Yeah. You've spoken through a medium or psychic medium to Cheryl before, right, Veronica?
I would say that Cheryl tried talking to me through a medium before, but then she wouldn't say very much.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Well, I think the same
It
thing.
was odd.
I think the same thing's happening now. She's trying to talk, but she's shy, and so she's not shy, but she's tentative. So she's not saying that much. So Rosalie keeps kind of kicking in, but at the same time, Rosalie doesn't really want to be, right, Belle, acknowledge that it's her. She sort of wants to send the messages, but not really admit that it's her, because I think Rosalie has this idea that somehow if she contacts you too much, she's in some way hindering the natural flow of what your life is supposed to be. And I don't believe that you would feel that, Veronica, but somehow she does. Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
When she was a family member,
Shiloh, right?
No, I'm sorry, Shiloh. Yes, Shiloh. Sorry,
Shiloh?
Yes, this is Shiloh. Sorry,
This is Shiloh.
I'm texting Veronica and I'm talking to Shiloh.
Yeah.
Yes, right. She
So, Shiloh, go ahead, honey.
Oh, I said so. I think that whoever she was to you, Shiloh, when she was alive, she very much was somebody that provided guidance in your life, right?
Of course.
So she now wants to make sure that she's not hindering somehow the natural growth path of your life by being so involved in your life after her death. Does that make sense?
That actually makes a lot of sense for how she was in life too.
Yeah.
I mean, she always provided guidance, but it was always about everybody else before herself.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's the same kind of pattern I see here. Everybody else before herself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just like we were saying earlier, Sheena. But who has the stomach issue?
Well,
I don't know if this is in reference to a surgery on the stomach or if it was an issue with the stomach, but I feel like I have to bring that up.
I'm not quite sure. I don't know if they're referencing a surgery that I had a few years back.
Thank you. That was it.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. Yeah.
As soon as I said that, they go, not us, her. I guess it's their way of acknowledging that they knew about that.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Rosalie worries that you don't give yourself enough credit for the things that you do. She worries that you have that about you from her. That you somehow, for lack of a better word, inherited that ability of not giving yourself enough credit and sometimes not taking enough time for you, Shiloh.
That very well could be.
Is that right? Do you know that about you, that you put everybody else first?
I do that a lot.
Yeah.
Rosalie just said it's a family trait.
Yeah. it's a family tradition.
For some, not all.
yeah, but definitely for the two of you. Yeah, she wants you to work on that a little bit, if you would. She says if you would, because she's just so polite about the whole thing. But would love for you to work on that. Yeah, a lot. And
what is significant about March coming up. I feel like March is significant. I wish I could. Their energy is so similar that I can't separate them. To like I want to tell them to go to their corners, but they're not going to. But there's something about March that's significant.
I wonder why.
And sometimes, usually they'll bring up like a birthday or an event, and they're not saying happy birthday, so it has to be more like an event, an anniversary. But there's something significant about March that's coming up that that they're trying to acknowledge.
Well, it's not birthdays, it's not anniversaries, it is not death for either of them. So I don't know. I know I stay pretty busy with different things I have to do, and I do have an event that I'm going to in March.
In March. Okay.
In March, but I'm not sure why they would technically be talking about that.
Because they want to show you that they are with you. Like, because they're bringing up events or activities or things that have occurred since they passed, they're trying to show that they're still here and they're aware of things that are going on around you. And I think that's what they're trying to do is they see, we know about those things.
Okay.
Evidence.
And ask them how they feel about it. Wait, what did you just say?
Evidence.
Evidence?
They're trying to give evidence.
Well, my goodness.
Evidence.
I'm really glad they said that. That puts it in context for me. They really are talking about the March event.
Okay.
So one of the things, that I do is paranormal investigation, and it's all about collecting evidence.
Awesome.
Nice.
So that's really strange that you use that word. Wow.
Well, that was their word. I'm just repeating it.
Well, and just because I'm super nosy, Shiloh, where are you going?
Well, Old South Pittsburgh Hospital in Tennessee has new owners and is opening back up for the first time. So the Tennessee Red Chasers are going to be there for an event. So I said, sure, why not?
That's fantastic.
So I'm going to be making it a girls' weekend.
Nice. Those guys are awesome, by the way.
Don't be surprised if they make.
Oh, they're sweethearts.
I feel like, yeah.
I'm sorry, Belle. Say what you were going to say, sweetie. I didn't mean to cut you off, honey.
That's okay. I'm just saying, don't be surprised if they make an appearance. Because
that would be hilarious.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah.
That would be really funny.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
That would be, yeah. You expect a sign from Rosalie. And start really watching for those signs, because it means a lot to her when you acknowledge the signs, and it means a lot to her when you speak out loud that you've acknowledged the signs.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
So keep that in mind, sweetheart. And let us know how you're doing, because we want to know if you've gotten any signs and contact. You've got my information. Contact me after the event. Let me know how it was, and please stay in touch. And also, look for the signs, because that's what Rosalie keeps saying over and over again. So we don't want you to forget to look for the signs. And then the last thing is, take better care of you and find time to put yourself first. Maybe that, Belle and Shiloh, is why they mentioned the March event, because you're really doing something for you, Shiloh, and that's what they want.
Yeah.
So
that would make a lot of sense.
More things for you, sweetheart. And yeah.
Oh, and this is just the beginning, Shiloh. This is just the beginning for your activities. So buckle your seatbelt. It's going to be a ride.
Absolutely. I completely agree. Yeah. More things for you, my friend. And I'm sorry I was texting at the same time I was talking to you, and I got two people messed up. That's like the worst. I got to tell you, I'm a great psychic, but as a human, sometimes I'm a fail. So just sometimes
it happens.
That part of my brain works better than the part of my brain that remembers to pay the gas bill. So bear with me, my friend. Thank you so much for calling, and you mean a lot to us, and we appreciate it. And hi, Cheryl. Hi, Rosalie. Sorry we have to let you all go and get to somebody else. What a lovely lady. That was fantastic, Belle.
Yes.
How many times did I call her Veronica? Just once, or like 9 times?
Just that one time that I caught.
Oh, my God. Okay. Yeah, seriously, as a person, sometimes I'm, thank you for pointing that out. Now we're going to actually get Veronica on. We were trying to figure out what had happened with Veronica, and that was how I got strange. So here we go. Veronica's coming on right now. And then, boy, the people, if you want to get on with us, 818-437-0886, send me a text and we will put you on the list. I am live until almost 7 p.m. today, till the end of the show, to the end of the Sheena Metal Experience on LA Talk Radio with the wonderful Belle Salisbury. Veronica, welcome. Are you with us? Oh, you know what? I think we lost Veronica. Okay. Are you still with me, Belle?
It's all that energy.
What is going on with the Veronica? Okay, no problem. We're going to get... we are going to add Stephanie. Stephanie, you're next. I think I told her that already, so she knows. I'm actually texting people and saying, you're next. Here we go. All right, we're going to get Stephanie on right now. This is so much fun, Belle. I love that you're doing this with me. We're kind of getting the system worked out, right? You did this a couple weeks ago with me, and it was a lot more, I don't know what I'm doing, crazy. Like Lucy working the assembly line in the I Love Lucy episode. Welcome, Stephanie.
Hello?
Hi.
Hi.
How are you, my friend? Does somebody have their radio up in the background?
Okay.
Okay. Hi, Stephanie. Welcome.
Hi. Yay.
What can
I'm excited.
Oh, we're so glad to have you here, honey. What can we do for you? Say hi to Belle.
Hi, Belle. I just got on. I was just watching you. I was just trying to find you on the Facebook there. But yeah, I was just seeking some guidance. I know they say just to trust my instincts and my gut, but I still feel like I'm just not, catching what I need to.
Okay, you mean in your life itself, sweetie?
Yeah, I mean, like with everything that's going on.
Right. I sort of feel, honey, like
Stephanie, what
I'm sorry, Belle, you
what
go.
Spirit is what Spirit is saying to me is that you are, indeed, I agree, you need to trust your instincts, and I feel like that you're getting answers through your own intuitive measures, but you're questioning it or you're doubting it. And I think, is it because maybe you're not getting the answer you want to hear, or is it because you're like, holy wow, I got the right answer, or I'm getting this impression that you're surprising yourself?
Yeah, I think more second guessing, like questioning.
Yeah,
always questioning. I've always,
This has been
minded, I think.
This has been kind of a turbulent time for you, Stephanie, right?
I'm sorry?
This has been a very turbulent time for you.
Yeah, it has been, since I want to say this last over a little over a year now. Yeah, about a year, a little over a year and a half. Things are just yeah.
It just feels like.
Is this over relationships, Stephanie?
I have. Yes, I've been with my significant other for 19 years. It's kind of, I feel kind of growing apart.
Okay.
Okay. Not on the same path.
Let me just sort of share with you what Spirit is showing me, and hopefully that'll make some sense. You know how if you're following the flow of a river, okay?
Yeah.
And sometimes the river flows very calmly. Sometimes it gets to be a bit rough water, but then all of a sudden you see where the river makes a fork, and it branches off, one to the left and one to the right, in order to go around an obstacle in the middle of the river. We'll call it an island. So it kind of branches apart, and then we're not seeing each other. We're not seeing eye to eye, or we're not together. But once that river makes it around the obstacle, all of a sudden, guess what? They unite once again, and they become stronger. The forces holding it together are much more stronger. And I think that this is kind of what I see happening with you and your partner is that, right now we're parting ways, not literally separating, but I mean, you're going in one direction and they're going in the other, but it's because this separateness that you're feeling is so that I can do my growth and they can do theirs, because you can't do it together this time. It has to be done individually. And then when you get back on that same track again, you're much stronger people because of having that, your growth and their growth. You follow me?
Yeah, totally. I totally see that.
So
I mean, it's like I've already kind of like felt that, but you've more explained it more deeply, where I more understand more clearly, because like I could always feel like there was something there.
Yeah, it's okay to be individual. You know what I mean? It's okay to be, I'm doing my thing, you're doing your thing, and maybe we're not doing it together because you're not supposed to. But, as you're going your separate ways, do you miss each other? Yeah, kind of, because you're growing. Both of you are going through these growing periods. But then as you become stronger individuals, or as you gain your lessons, you're reuniting again, or you're coming together again on that same path, and you're stronger for it. So it doesn't mean that it's a separation, and it doesn't mean that it's a bad thing. It just means that it's okay to release, for them to, learn their lesson. You're learning yours, all the while you're together, but you're not, you're not connecting, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yep. And then the stresses with me, constantly working. I work too much. And I think financially that's causing more stress too in our relationship with our own.
Especially when you're used to being, together all the time, and then all of a sudden you've got your obligations, he's got theirs, you know what I mean? And you're feeling lonely, and that's okay. That's totally okay. It's okay to be on different paths, but it's also okay to find another route that works better for you.
Yeah, I don't want to leave him. I love him to death. Forever,
It's beautiful. That's really beautiful, sweetheart. It's real. If I may say, sweetie, about you, because you ask about guidance about you. You've survived like a lot of crazy stuff, like a lot of like out there stuff has happened in your life, right?
Yeah.
You've kind of gotten to a point in your life where it's almost like you're always waiting for the other shoe to drop. Like, where's the crazy, insane, sometimes awful thing waiting around the corner for me? And so I think that's given you almost this kind of restlessness where you're scared to be committed to something. You're scared to care about something. You're scared to think something's going to work out great because so many times in the past it hasn't. So I think part of what's going on with this this period in your relationship that Belle described beautifully is that you keep thinking it's all going to fall apart because you have kind of like, like we all do, like life PTSD, like from the freak out of life. So I think, sweetie, what would make you feel a lot better now, since you are, stressed about your relationship and you're overworked and you just feel like you're spinning and you're not sure where you're going next, is just for you to take a little time to center yourself and to try to slowly but surely work on switching your perspective to kind of glass half full. So every good thing that happens for you in a week, sort of take stock of that and remember that good things happen too, and make sure you remember not to put your focus on the things that aren't great, because you can kind of get caught up in trying to change the things that don't serve you instead of focusing on the things that do. Does that make sense?
Yes, totally.
And that's so important. Mostly important, honey, for your own well-being, because you're going to feel so much better when you switch that perspective. You're going to feel so much better when you aren't always worried about when the other horrible thing is going to drop down into your periphery. And it's sometimes we accidentally draw things in that are drama and chaotic because we're waiting for the next dramatic, chaotic thing to come. And it's like, oh, somebody wants some drama and chaos over here. Let's all go to Stephanie's house.
Yeah, anxiety. The anxiety I've been feeling, like totally stress, anxiety, overwhelmed, just tired, exhausted,
Yeah.
So
And
choose your
mentally,
moments
physically.
together.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Belle?
Yeah. Spirit was saying to tell her to choose your moments.
Belle? Are you there? Stephanie, are you there? All right, that was such a strange thing. Stephanie, if you're listening, we thank you so much for your call. All the things we said, let us know how it happens. Please stay in touch with us, and we will talk to you soon. Thank you for calling in. Belle, can you hear me? Oh, that must have been on Belle's end. How strange is that? Let's try again. Belle, are you there? Okay, so we're going to end this call, and we're going to call Belle back. Wow, that was all of a sudden, right? Like the gremlins are seriously in the phone lines today. That was some nutty stuff. Okay, here we go. We're going to call Belle back right now. Stephanie, thank you so much for the call. Shiloh, thank you so much for the call. Veronica, if you're listening, you're next. Maybe third time is the charm here with Veronica. We're going to give it one more shot because that's how we are. Belle, are you back with me?
I am back. I was on a roll, too.
How about that? I let Stephanie go because it pretty much was time anyhow, but man, all of a sudden it was like the aliens crawled inside the phone line. Did you hear that? It was like boop, like somebody was
no, I didn't hear anything.
just stepped on R2D2. Oh, you couldn't hear any of that?
No, I didn't.
That was some nutty stuff. All right, let's give Veronica another shot. In the middle of the crazy, let's see what we can do about Veronica because her phone line has been nuts, but maybe third time's the charm. Okay, Veronica, we're coming for you. Here we come. Let's give this a shot and see how it works. Belle, I'm having such a great time with you. This is so much fun. I so appreciate you doing this. Veronica, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Welcome, my friend. How are you?
Hot dog.
Yay,
we gotcha.
Good. How are you?
Good. We're having a crazy phone line day. So we appreciate you bearing with us, my friend. It's been some craziness.
I've been listening. It has been crazy.
So what can we do for you, my friend? Meet Belle, Veronica, Belle.
Hi, Belle.
Veronica.
How are you?
I'm wonderful. Hope you are, too.
I am good. I'm really excited to be on the show. Thank you guys.
Oh, we're
very
so
much.
excited to have you. So what may we do for you, sweetheart? What's on your mind?
Well, what's on my mind is I'm having some problems in my family with my brother. His girlfriend passed away on Christmas when she was giving birth to my niece.
Oh, honey, I'm so sorry.
And yeah,
I'm so
and they're in the
sorry.
Philippines, and my brother's having a really hard time. Wants to bring the baby over here, but there's just a lot of things in the way.
Yeah,
and
red
I just was
tape.
wondering if
Yeah.
any of my loved ones, like I have two moms. One mom was my birth mom, and then my great aunt raised me. So, and they're both gone on the other side. And I just wanted to know if anybody had any advice for us, or what if everything's going to be okay with my niece, and if she's going to end up coming here. It's really putting a burden on my family.
Oh, so sorry.
The spirit is telling me just right away. It's just a matter of like red tape, obviously.
Yeah.
Her family is mourning just the same as his family is. And so what we need to do is to give them time as well as they need to give you time. But the bottom line is I do feel as though he is going to be able to bring his beautiful baby home with him. And
wonderful.
And I think that, but there's so much healing that's taking place. And let's let that happen. But let's let the mourning go, process. And any support that he can give them, any understanding he can give them is going to be so appreciated. But at the same time, they're seeing this child as the replacement for their daughter, and nothing's going to replace her. And they're going to come to that realization, and they're going to come to respect him the more he respects them. And there is going to be that opportunity for him to bring his baby home. Okay.
Oh, good.
And
okay.
I'm just so sorry, Sheena. I feel like I'm taking over, but
No. I'm just waiting till you're done, and then I have stuff to say. It's not a competition, love. We'll both get there.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm worried that my grandmother, who's 86, won't be able to see her. That's what I'm so worried about.
And you know what? If she doesn't, and I don't see death, sweetheart, so I
don't either.
I can't say yes or no. But if she doesn't, that's okay, because she knows
Yeah.
this child, and she knows the mother, but who's the one that and I'm assuming this is going to be the mother figure, or maybe it's your grandmother that we're going to be talking about. But it feels like, how when you go to the beauty salon and you get curlers put in your hair and you take the curlers out and it's got the rolls all over your head? I feel like that's how she wore her hair. Who was this?
That was my great aunt mom. I call her my mom. She raised me. She used to always, yeah.
Yeah. So she's here, obviously. And she's the one that I felt that was trying to be the mom and saying, let them work through it. And in as much as, family wants to be supportive, and you have a wonderful supportive family, and let me add that. But your family is so supportive, and so is her family. They're good people. They're not, they're heartbroken. They're hurting. And you know what? I also feel like they're trying to blame him. Like, you made her die. You did this. But that's their
And that's why I'm afraid they're going to steal her. When he comes home on March 1st for a while, I feel like they're going to take her and we'll never see her again.
Yeah, no, he has to trust. But he has to also build that trust with them. Do you know what I mean? He has to assure them that, I want you to be a part of her life. I want us all to be a part of her life. And we can share her. We can share in this and assure them that they haven't lost both their daughter and their granddaughter.
Yes.
And so this, your auntie mom, I adore her.
Yeah.
She seems so theatrical almost. You know what I mean? She's just elegant and like she's theater.
She is.
Material. Yes.
How funny that you say that. Yeah, she is. Very.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for that.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Now, Sheena, I'll be quiet and you go.
Yeah. There's something about this child coming that is going to be so good for your whole family. It's like this baby's going to become a unifier of the family. And
you know what? That's crazy because she already has, because I haven't spoken to cousins and people for a very, very long time. And since this happened, I've gotten in contact with some family members that I didn't think I'd ever talk to again.
Yes.
So it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's almost like the child is coming, and as universally, and as the child comes, it's going to heal so many things, sweetie, inside of this family and inside of you, things you didn't even know that this baby was going to heal, and heal your brother so much. And a lot of it is that your sister-in-law, her whole essence kind of went into this child as she passed when the child was being born. And so that's
what her family says. Yeah.
She's carrying, and that's part of the reason they don't want to let her go. It's because they can feel with this baby that this baby carries her inside of her. It's almost like your sister-in-law wasn't ready to go yet, so she just kind of jumped in the baby for a while. And that's okay, because it was very sudden.
Their religious beliefs too, Sheena.
I didn't know that. I don't know much about the religion, so I didn't know that. But I do think that they also just know. They know because they can tell when they hold this baby that she feels so much like your sister-in-law did. And so your sister-in-law had a very kind of a healing nature and a healing quality to her. So this baby's going to be like healing times 10. And this child, as she grows up, and you keep an eye on this kid, because this child is going to wind up becoming a healer. So it's kind of a magic baby is coming. All behold, the magic baby is coming. Yeah, I'm serious.
Oh my gosh.
So
that's great news.
You're going to be surprised, and it's really going to help your brother through this
too.
Yes, huge personality, and it's really going to help your brother through this time. It's going to a lot of changes, just as your sister-in-law started a lot of changes in him, right? This baby is going to continue those changes in him, but he's going to be a little shell-shocked when he
really
gets there.
Did. I mean, my brother has changed a lot.
Yes,
but he still has a lot of changing to do. He needs to take responsibility, and he's very afraid.
Yeah,
and so hopefully this will make him a stronger person.
It's awesome. You're going to be just fine, sweetheart. You're so going to be okay. You stay in touch with us, and let us know what's going on and what happens when the baby comes. And we can't wait to hear what happens when the child arrives.
Well, you both have made me feel really, really positive and good about it all. So thank you so much.
Absolutely, our pleasure, sweetheart. You take care of you, and we can't wait to hear what happens when the child is coming, Belle. I love that story.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go right into another one. Is that okay? Am I pushing you too hard? We're just going from one to the next, baby. Is that all right?
Bring it on.
That's how we roll here on the Sheena Metal Experience when Lightworkers Unite. All right. This is Dawn. Dawn's coming. Oh, I guess I should have sent Dawn a text and let her know she was next. Well, hopefully Dawn will just know she was next.
Surprise.
Let's see. Let's hope we get her and don't get the voicemail, because I'm not exactly sure. Dawn, are you with us?
Yes, I am.
Hi. Wonderful to have you. I wasn't sure if I sent you a text letting you know you were next. So here you are.
Oh,
Yay.
no, I didn't get it. That's okay. I was
Okay.
listening.
I'm so glad. I'm so
Guess
glad you're
what,
here.
Dawn?
Welcome to the show, and welcome
Dawn?
to the show. Say hi to Belle.
Congratulations on the show, by the way.
Oh, thank you. It's fun, right? We're just doing like this new
Yes, it
fun
is.
thing with it. And it just feels good to help people. I think, and I know Belle agrees with me, that when you give healings, you get healings. So every day if we
Agreed.
heal people, it heals us, and everyone gets healed, and we all heal each other. And that's really why we're all here on the planet. And we need to remember that more, I think.
Agreed. Amen to that. True.
So how may we help you, my friend?
Well, I'm having a little issue with, it sounds funny because I never thought I'd be in this situation, but I have a future daughter-in-law who's really interfering with family matters.
Okay.
And I'm not really quite sure how to handle the whole thing along with my stepson. I'm kind of tossed on this one a bit.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
Girl, you are singing to the choir.
so she's a person, right, Dawn, that absolutely is making everything about herself.
100%.
And
Controlling.
right, it's like
Yeah.
she showed up and she's ready to take the whole family over, and everything's going to be just the way she wants it.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Especially
hard.
When it comes to him. Yeah.
I
I got one of those in my family too, girlfriend. I'm with you.
Oh, I'm sorry, honey.
so if
And, you know, it's taken me 3 years, Dawn, but I finally had to come to the understanding that this is my son's lesson. I can see, maybe it's because I'm psychic, or maybe it's because I'm a mom and a grandma, but you know, if she makes him happy, then I have to let that go. I have to let my opinions go, because for whatever reason, he chose that.
Ironically, I just said that to my girlfriend an hour ago. This is his lesson. There's something in this for him.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And so we have to, and we can be grateful that she is there to bring that lesson to him. And also Spirit has told me that maybe what disturbs me about her is what disturbs me about myself. Because I can.
And I agree with that. No. I agree with that. I try to, because I'm trying to stay no control, but mercy.
Yeah.
But Dawn, you're hands-on everything too. You're very hands-on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's beautiful, and he loves you for that. He truly does. And he is so stuck in the middle. Like, he loves you, he loves her, he wants you happy, he wants her happy, you know, and he's miserable.
Mm-hmm.
So how can we help him?
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's where I'm at. I'm kind of disconnected from everything, to be honest with you. I don't really speak.
Well,
You know, I just
you
go,
know what
okay.
I think? If we teach her, build her.
Hello?
Are you there?
Did we lose Belle again? Can you hear us, Dawn?
Barely.
Okay, you know what I'm going to do? Hang tight. You hang tight. We're going to let Belle go from the call, and I'm going to keep you. We're going to get Belle back in. How does that sound?
That's fine.
Because
Thank
Belle
you.
seems to be having some kind of a problem here. And we're going to let Belle go. And if I accidentally hang up on you, I'll call you back too. All right, Dawn, are you
All right,
still with me?
fantastic. Thank you.
You with me?
Yes.
Oh, perfect. Okay, perfect. We'll get Belle back in. So while we get Belle back in, let me say this. Throw my 2 cents in the ring here. With this woman, it's very much about boundaries. And because you're the mama, you kind of have to set the boundaries. Because if you give this girl an inch, she will take 6 miles.
Or
so
8.
So
Yes,
you
I
can't
agree.
fight her, and you can't be confrontational with her, because she wants you to become confrontational with her so she can crawl up on her cross and swing and say, "Hi, Belle." She can crawl up on her cross and swing and say, "Woe is me, woe is me. Look, Dawn's attacking me." That's what she wants. So you can't do that. You have to do it in a super friendly way by applying energetic distance and very politely and sweetly and lovingly say what you will put up with and what you won't put up with, without ever letting her see anger, annoyance, fear, exasperation, because those are kind of the things she feeds on, because she's a drama queen.
Oh, God.
Just very politely say, well, that's not what we're going to do. And then that's not what we're going to do. And then you put those boundaries up. And it's amazing how quickly that works. Mm-hmm. It's when you just take your energy out of it, how people will turn around. And, I was in a situation last week where I have a neighbor whose things are growing in my yard. And I finally had to say, we got to do something about this. And no problem. We're going to take months and months. I waited for the trees to be taken care of. And then I said, well, the gardener left all the stuff. And I said, are you going to have him come over and pick up the trees? And then it was this phone call of just this bullying and the yelling and how dare you, and we've done enough for you, and how dare you ask, and blah, blah, blah. And both of them screaming at me, husband and wife. And finally I just shut my energy off and I said, okay, well, now I know where you stand and you know where I stand. So have a lovely weekend. And then it was immediately like, but wait, we have to, but wait, are we still going to be in communication? I'm like, you know where I stand and I know where you stand. So have a great weekend. And then it was, well, we might want to talk to you about, and I just kept saying that, and man, just because that's how it works. Because what they want is for you to be coming at them so they can stand back and kind of grin and say, oh, why is your mom causing so many problems? And then she looks like innocent and you look like the bad guy. So you just be the good guy, but just boundaries. Unfortunately, honey, there are people in the world that cannot function without boundaries. Belle and I are friends. I love Belle. Belle loves me. I don't butt into Belle's life where I don't belong. She doesn't butt into my life but because we are people who we make our own boundaries. Some people don't make their own boundaries, so you need to set boundaries for them. Some people are the tree that is always growing in your yard. And you have to snip it back all the time, but you have to do it in such a friendly way that because this woman would love nothing then to alienate your boy from his whole family.
Mm-hmm.
And
I agree with that.
And just don't let her.
And definitely, rather than focusing so much, and this has been my own experience too, sweetheart. So I'm talking to myself maybe, but look at, rather than focusing on what's wrong with her, look at what's right. Look at what he fell in love with, and maybe she needs that confidence from you. Maybe she needs you to build her so that she's not trying to overcompensate.
It's interesting that you say that, because as a child she was a bit abandoned, and I just talked to somebody else about this an hour ago too. I said, I don't know if she just wants everyone, I don't say everyone, but she needs that constant reassurance.
Yeah. And so if you're able to build her up, then she's going to find soon a place of balance within her own self. And
I'm feeling a migraine coming on. Oh, okay.
But
you just smile.
Yeah,
it's true though.
Work with building her up, and she'll drop her guard and stop being so pushy.
Yeah, and she wants control because she was abandoned.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
So let her feel like
in her life
she has control, but you make sure that you're in control. Does that make sense?
No, it does make sense.
Am I being a bad person here, Belle? You let her think that she has control, but you're the mama, So you keep the ultimate control, and you let her know that you are the matriarch, and she lives in your kingdom, in your queendom, but that you want her to have her best life, and you want her to be loved and feel good. But there are limits. There are limits to how much Mama can take, and it's perfectly
Mama Bear's
okay.
getting pushed.
Right? It's perfectly okay to say, this is what I will take, and this is what I won't take. You're completely and 100% allowed to feel that way.
I get that.
And Spirit just said you don't know what's going on behind closed doors. Maybe
I actually just said that an hour ago, too. Something else is going on. No, it's something else is going on, and I agree with that. And I really feel that we are becoming the scapegoats for whatever else is going on.
Yeah. And he's not going to tell you everything because he wants to, I can do it myself, you know what I mean? But I don't think things are quite so glorious as she would like you to think. So just give it time and, just love. Just love. Love in vain, I guess. I don't know, but just love. And you'll see a turnaround.
It's so funny because when you say that, because literally I am all about love. Namaste, nice, everything's good. Yeah. I never had anybody get my fire like that.
Same here.
Yeah.
You are singing to the choir.
Yeah, sometimes one just gets you, sweetheart, right? When you least expect it.
Exactly.
Yeah. And there are lessons too, you know that, right?
Absolutely. Oh, mercy.
Yeah. And you know what?
It's been quite a couple days.
There's a karma in this whole thing with her for you too. It's something. It's a lesson that you need to learn in how to put up with this sort of personality, sweetheart, and not let the turkeys get you down.
Oh boy.
Right? Is that okay? I know.
Yeah, I agree. I do agree. I agree.
I know it's tough. We know.
Entertaining.
We feel you, baby. We know it's tough.
Thank you.
All right, sweetheart. You take care of you, and please let us know how you're doing because we want to know everything about how you are and what's going on with you. And I'm sorry that you're going through this, and we're thinking about you, and we adore you and care about you, and we can't wait to hear how it works out because I have all the faith in the world that this is going to work out with you, sweetheart.
I think you will too, and thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. I enjoy your show, and congratulations to you.
Thank you, sweetheart. Anytime. Boy, this format must be making an impact, Belle, because people are thanking me for that, congratulating me on the show that I've had for 10 years. So there must be something about when we do these broadcasts, they must be really hitting people in a beautiful place. And I love that story.
I hope so. Well, you just have that way about you, though, honey.
You think?
You just do.
Oh.
I do.
Aren't you sweet? I just want to love people. That's just what I do, you know? Now I just know what to call it and really firmly direct it, but it's not anything that I haven't always been doing. It's just,
great.
You know. So now this is one of my favorite times of the show, as you know, when we get a guy on the show, because we mostly get girls.
Awesome stuff.
So how about this? So we're going to get Charles on right now, and then we're going to be on with Charles in just a second. Yeah, I just think it just feels good to help people. Charles, welcome to the show, my friend. How are you?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Wonderful. It's so great to have you.
Thank you.
Is it okay if I reveal like a secret about Charles on the air? Charles doesn't have a cell phone.
Who's Bill?
I'm sorry?
Really?
Charles doesn't have a cell phone. And so I wanted to make sure I did this right because normally I'm texting people and I'm telling them when they're up next. But Charles and I just used Facebook Messenger and it was kind of magic. So we had to do the special thing and I had to remember which Facebook to go to, and because I may have more than one page, but that's our secret. So I'm so glad it worked out, Charles. I feel like I'm technologically victorious tonight.
That's great.
What may we do for you, my friend?
All right. I'm just curious about something. I'm an art collector. I've only been doing it for the last few years or so, but I've collected a huge amount of art in a short period of time, and it's starting to get crazy. People want me to go to different countries. They want me to lend my art to different museums. They want me to write a book, do a documentary. and I'm just feel like I'm just being pulled all over to different places, and I don't really know if I want to do all that.
Okay. Are you sure? Because it seems like you do.
It's just there's just so much. It's I just don't know what I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
What do you want to do, Charles?
Yeah. What do you want to do? I mean, you love it enough to collect it, sweetie. What were you hoping to do with that?
I enjoy showing it online.
Okay.
I do, and I mean I own Jackson Pollock and de Kooning and
Beautiful.
A few other people, and I really do enjoy showing it to the people, and I like the feedback. I like the conversations with the people, but I'm really nervous about lending my art out.
Exactly my point.
Yeah.
Exactly my point. Because the Spirit says that, number one, there's a little bit of, this is mine.
Yeah.
I bought it. It's mine. It's a little bit of that energy with you. And and that's not a bad thing, sweetheart, because you've earned that. You know what I mean? You've worked for each piece that you have. So the thing that I was seeing was an awesome art gallery that you put together.
Yes.
On your terms.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny. Some woman over in Switzerland, I think it was, actually made a design up for me. She mocked up the whole thing for me to make for a gallery not too long ago. But as I've reported to people online, that there was a place down in Brazil, museum, they sold a Jackson Pollock the other day because they needed money to keep the lights on. And then a couple days ago, San Francisco Museum of Art, they're selling a painting for $50 million just so that they can pay some bills. So museums and galleries are, people aren't going to them as much as they used to. So it's like, that's another tough decision.
Well, the thing is that the internet, or the social media, I should say, has made it so easy to get rid of the brick and mortar. You know what I mean? And show things online because it's so much easier. But it doesn't replace seeing it in person.
No.
And I feel like there's so much education that you have around your pieces of art that would make it, I don't know, I see field trips. I see visitors coming, from all over to visit your pieces, because not only are we appreciating the beauty, but we're appreciating the history behind the beauty.
Yeah.
Yeah. They do like it. They actually, I turn them down every day. They want to come and see everything, and it's.
And then you have to protect yourself too, Charles, because thievery is out there, and you just have to be, so protective of your property and stuff. But I just keep seeing this studio, and it's not a huge place, but I see this studio with different pieces set up, and it's almost like it changes frequently, so that it's always something new every time somebody would come in to see something.
Yeah.
And maybe it's time to bring that back again.
Yeah. And you know what, Charles, that I'm also seeing is that you're kind of a little bit of an introverted guy. I mean, you spend some time by yourself, and you like art because it's quiet. And so, I mean, you don't have a cell phone. And now all of a sudden this thing is taken off, and people want you to get involved in media projects and movies and write a book and go here and travel with the art. And I think you're super overwhelmed, Charles. It's a lot.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I just want to say, I was a truck driver. And back in 2001, about a month after 9/11, I got hurt on the job. And so I ended up moving up into the Poconos.
Right.
And and then, all of a sudden, I said a prayer. I said a prayer about my mother because she had gotten cancer. And then next thing you know, I was getting bombarded with these different paintings and stuff. And and like I said, I've gotten all these paintings. I got about 100 paintings, and they're worth a massive amount of money. But I am a little bit of a seclude.
Yeah.
So,
you're reckless.
I just
and that's okay.
Yeah.
I don't mind it at all. I'm just nervous about. It's a little bit overwhelming. That's what it is, probably.
You're just overwhelmed, and I think you're scared, sweetie. You know what your life is now. You like your life the way it is now. Now some people want you to have a whole different life that's bigger and more expansive. And my God, I know you're sitting down, Charles, but you have to get a cell phone. I mean, these are things that are like, you may have to see people every day. You might have to speak in front of crowds of people. And all of that stuff is terrifying, sweetheart. So, but isn't it also kind of wonderful that as much as you love this art and you've adopted these beautiful pieces of art and they've become like your children, now you're kind of going to become a stage mommy because you've adopted all these famous children, and people love the art, and it's going to open up this whole new life for you. So my advice would be, honey, just baby steps. Say yes to everything. But with the kind of and on it that you, when you're ready, yes, and then slowly but surely figure out which thing scares you the least, and start with that, and then this just like I said, slowly but surely start to encompass more things into your life.
Sounds good.
So I think you're gonna love it. Once you get really into it, you're gonna love it. It's just scary.
Well, I can only say I hope that it works out. Like I said, it's a little bit overwhelming. I'm nervous. I don't mind teaching people. I love to do that part and tell them about the piece. And each piece does feel, once I get it, they feel like they're a part of the family. And and the idea of letting them go to all different parts of the world, that's a little bit scary. And
so like Belle said, make sure they travel with you. They can go anywhere they need to go, but they go as a family and they go with you.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay.
All right. Well, I want to thank both of you.
Absolutely.
I do appreciate it.
Well, you have to tell me, because you have the most beautiful Mid-Atlantic region accent.
Yes, he does.
At first I thought it was Baltimore, but now I'm wondering if it's Philadelphia.
Yes, Philadelphia.
Yeah, there you go.
I was born in Philadelphia, and now I live in the Poconos.
Now, maybe you might have to have a nice little gallery in Philadelphia. How about that? That'd be a beautiful, centrally located place for a lot of folks to come and see your babies.
Well, one step at a time. We'll see how things go.
One step at a time. I'm an Aries. So wait a minute. You're an Aries too, though, aren't you? No, you're not. I'm an Aries. So somebody said they were an Aries today, and I got it mixed up with the conversation with you.
I'm a Taurus. I'm an Aries rising.
Oh, we see. So channel that Aries rising, baby. We always think big picture, but then the Taurus will say one step at a time, one step at a time. I'm an Aries Capricorn moon, so that's like a Virgo rising and a Taurus Venus. How about that? It's amazing I've ever left the house. Yeah, that's You're fantastic, my friend. Thank you so much for being a part of the show. I think that you are wonderful, and you're going to be just fine. And I kind of feel like, Belle, like we're sort of, in many ways, kind of like the psychic mommies to everybody who has like everyone's our baby ducks today, and they all need some help. And I feel love that we're helping them. Charles, you're going to be great, my friend. Stay in touch with us. Let us know what's going on with you.
Yes,
what a great guy.
Posted.
What a fantastic guy, and what a great call. That was awesome. How are you holding up, my friend?
Tonight has been about boundaries, hasn't it?
Yes.
Tonight seems to be boundaries.
Yes. We're always learning boundaries, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
Isn't that part of, well, that's been part of my lesson. Has that been part of your personal life lesson, Belle?
You know what? It has. It certainly has.
And especially now, I think maybe we'll have to find out what astrologically is in the cosmos that this right now is all about boundaries. I don't know. We'll have to think on that. I wish I had enough time to keep up on the constant astrology 24/7. But yeah, don't you wish you had enough time to learn what the astrology was for every single day?
Yeah.
I would love that if that was my life. Unfortunately, that's.
I admire the brilliance of astrologers that, you know, figure all those things out.
Me too. Oh, absolutely, me
I
too.
like reading that.
All right, we're going to get Miriam on the line. How does that sound?
Sounds good to me.
Okay. She'll be here any second. Skype gets everybody on very quietly, so you don't know they're coming on until...
Oh, they sneak up on
They
you.
do. You don't hear the ringing or anything. Just suddenly they're there.
Hello?
Hi, Miriam. Welcome to the show, my friend.
Hi, guys.
It's so great
I've been
to have you.
listening to you guys.
I hope you've enjoyed what you heard.
Yes.
That's
I
awesome.
have.
That's
Thank
awesome.
you so much for your time in calling me.
Oh, our absolute pleasure, honey. How can we help you? What's on your mind?
Well, I just have a couple of questions of if I have any messages from my loved ones that passed away, and a little bit of what is to come in the future for my life, and a little bit of maybe guidance.
Nice. That's beautiful. Belle, why don't you start, sweetheart?
You know, as much as you would love to hear from loved ones, Spirit is telling me that we need to talk about you.
Absolutely. Yep. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I feel as though there's either two areas that are bothering you, or because it's kind of like that push me, pull you sort of feeling that comes in, to where you're being you're I don't know how to explain this, Miriam. First of all, you have such beautiful energy in your voice. I
Yes.
love hearing your energy. I love
Thank
it. But I feel like you're in a what's the other word? Dilemma. Like you're in a dilemma. I don't know which way to go. And one day you're going this way, and the next day you're being pulled that way. Does that make sense?
Yes. Personally, and with the family.
Right. So I'm just gonna ask, what goes on there? What is troubling you? So let's focus on the problem here.
In regards to my family, my father is going through a tough time. He was married, and he tried to harm himself.
Oh, sweetheart.
And that's one of the problems that we've been going. And the other one is that I stopped talking to my mother. And I just seem like I've been the one, because I'm the oldest of 3 sisters. So it seems that I'm the one. Yeah, like I'm the one that I always have to be, kind of like, okay, even if it's not my fault, I'll be like, okay, I'm sorry, and then I always have to fix everybody's problem, and I'm always leave myself to the end.
And you're tired.
Yeah.
That's the feeling that I get.
Yes.
It's that you
weary.
are so tired. And see,
I
once
am.
again, Sheena, here's those boundaries
Yep.
that we, has been the theme of tonight.
It's a different
It's
kind of
all about the
boundary.
boundary.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and your father. How do I explain this without making it sound ugly? In as much as that you want to be there for your father, Dad needs to learn to stand on his own. And unfortunately, so many of you are depending on, so many of the family are depending on you to carry them. Do you understand that?
Yeah. Does that make sense?
Like I have always been the one that I have fixed everybody's problems.
Because exactly, and they're saying, well, I'm not going to do the work. I'll let Miriam do the work because she's good at it. They know how to stroke you. They know how to smooth you, but they don't know how to do it themselves. And this is where I feel as though Spirit is saying that, Miriam, this is time for you. This is time for you to set boundaries and say, you know what, fix your own problems.
Yeah.
And it's going to be hard because you like being needed, but now it's time for you to need yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Does that make sense to you, sweetie pie?
Yeah, like I'm basically put a wall not that long ago, and I was like, I am done helping everybody else. I'm just gonna focus on me because it's driving me crazy.
And but you know what though, it's okay to say no. They're still gonna love you if you say no. You know, if anything, they're gonna respect you more. You know, because you're teaching them how to take care of their own problems.
Yeah.
And so it is totally okay to say no.
Yeah.
No, I can't do that for you. I have things planned. No, I can't change my plans. You know, I have to take care of this. You know, and it teaches them they're either going to go to somebody else that's, you know, easy to play, or they're going to land on their own 2 feet and do it themselves. And I know I didn't mean to make it sound ugly about your dad, but he needs oh my goodness, he just needs to stand on his own. He is in such a state of poopy face. The spirit doesn't like the word depression, so they call it poopy face.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Can't help but smile.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you just can't help but smile when you hear poopy face. You know, because it makes us smile.
Yeah, I think he's like lost a little bit in
and he
in his own. Yeah, he likes the attention, and the type of attention he's getting, he wants it, not a good one. It's a negative attention.
Yeah. He just doesn't know quite what to do, sweetie. He doesn't know where he belongs is the problem, I think. And so, sweetie, we are having such a hard time hearing you, so I'm going to let you go. But we completely wish you the best, and want only good things for you.
Thank you so much.
Oh, sweetie, you stay in touch with us and let us know how it goes. And we're sending extra prayers out for your dad, and we wish you everything. I have a feeling that that Miriam was going to pick small people up. Because I've been on the phone with my best friend, Belle, when she's picking her small person up from school. And it sounds like that.
Oh,
it sounds like the Muppet Show when they all go, yay, at the end. That's kind of what it sounded like. So, but what a sweet girl. And Miriam, call us again because we want to help you. And we're sorry we didn't get to you until
This is about her. This is about her, you know, feeling like, that's why Spirit said, tell her it's okay. Tell her it's okay to say no.
Yes.
You know, so,
absolutely.
Take care of you, baby girl, because you deserve that.
Yes. Aren't you sweet? Belle, you're so sweet to everybody. You're such a sweet soul. I love
you.
Well, I do my best. Yeah. All right, let's talk to Brian. Look, another boy. Are we excited? More men for your Lightworkers Unite. It's the Sheena Metal Experience. If you want to get on the air with us today, 818-437-0886. You have to text me, 818-437-0886. That's how you get on the air with us. We've been so busy going from call to call to call that I forgot to say that. So 818-437-0886. That's my personal cell. You have to text me your name, and then I can get you on the air with us. Brian, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Sheena. I appreciate it. I was actually just listening, so
hi.
I'm going to a quiet spot.
Oh, good. We're glad. And
hi, how are you?
Meet Belle. If you don't know Belle, Belle is terrific, and she's my spirit family.
Yeah, hi Belle.
Brian.
How are you, my friend? We're always so excited when we get to talk to guys, because I think that guys aren't so much into this get a free reading thing, and we've had 2 today. You're our second. Usually we only get 1. I'm so excited.
Yeah, me too. So I appreciate the call.
Absolutely, my friend. What's on your mind?
So I've for the last 10 years, I've been thinking a lot about my brother, and I just wanted to maybe know a little bit about. There were just circumstances with him that I'm not aware of, and so I would like to know more about. What happened to him and those sorts of things, and because prior to that I didn't really have a lot of contact with him, and so for about 4 or 5 years, even prior to the 10 years ago, my brother passed away, and there was a lot of things that weren't answered because he was by himself, and so there were a lot of circumstances to it, and he was on the other side of the country, and so I guess I have a lot of unanswered questions that I'd like to see if there's anything or any information that would help me.
He went down a dark path, didn't he, Brian?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
there were
and because I immediately felt, when I'm connecting with spirit, sweetheart, on the other side, they don't lie. They have no reason to lie. And he does accept responsibility for his passing.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if there was questions around that. And certainly, it's never anything that family wants to accept. My child couldn't possibly have chosen that path. And I don't think he did so intentionally. I feel as though it was, I don't know. I feel like he's done this before, hadn't he? Like attempted.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Like, because as I said prior to that, I hadn't really seen him for 5 or 6 years, even prior to that. So it was really sudden, and it was at a point where I thought things were getting better. At least from what I had heard, I thought they were getting better.
Was this a drug overdose, Brian?
No, actually,
there's substance involved.
He drowned, actually, but there was actually substance-related stuff.
Exactly.
Associated with his situation.
I felt like that. I could feel the substance very heavy with him, and we're going to call it abuse, okay, because it is what it is. But I feel as though that sometimes the way he's giving me this feeling is that sometimes he knew he was overdoing, but he was trying to numb himself. He was trying to numb where his head was, and but he also.
I mean, it wasn't really hard. It wasn't really hard drugs per se, but it was medicated stuff that.
Yeah,
exactly.
But that's
had
the worst.
To an unlimited supply. He was a disabled veteran, and with the VA, unfortunately, he was able to get access to way more than what a normal person might, perhaps, if they weren't associated with that. And he would just go from site to site to site and get what he wanted. And
exactly. But he does accept a responsibility. And so then it raises the question, Brian, from a lot of people who have lost their loved ones, because religion teaches us that if we choose that path of suicide or choosing our exit, so to speak, then we're taught that they're damned. And it is further from the truth. It is not true. And so what happens is that they're received just the same as anybody else is. There is none higher or lower than the other. And so during this process, he has that opportunity to go through his life review just the same as anybody else. And I've never heard Spirit use the term Judgment Day, but I have heard them continuously use the term my review. And during that review, there isn't a counsel that sits in front of you in judgment. It's not like you're in court. You know what I mean? It's just you.
Right.
And you're sitting there
and there was no one
viewing. Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like there's a lot of unanswered questions because he was by himself. He was, in a very difficult.
He was under the influence, is what he's telling me.
Yes.
He was under the influence.
Of
That's
the
why
pills.
I felt substance abuse.
Yeah.
But he is trying to say to you, he has spoken to you, Brian, and I think that you're kind of like, it's almost like you're shaking cobwebs out of your head, but you're like, did I really hear that? Or I'm just making that up. But he tells me he does and has been speaking with you.
Yeah.
And that he wants you to know he's okay. I'm happy. I'm here. I made it. So he is in a good place.
Yeah, what's interesting is I have a daughter who's never actually met him. And yet
but she
tells me that she whenever she struggles with life and things that are happening, she kind of prays to him or tries to get maybe feedback from him or at least some sense of him, which is interesting because my kids don't really have that with my other brothers and sisters that are living, but it seems to be a unique situation, and so I'm always like anxious about not having those answers per se, right?
Now Brian, did he
there was really no closure when these things happen, right?
No. Brian, was he actually in combat?
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
Was he actually a combat veteran? Was he in combat of some kind?
No, he just had he had like a Parkinson's type symptoms that developed while he was in the military when he had these like Parkinson's symptoms, and he was very young. He was only like in his, I think, 26 when his symptoms began. So, and it's not something that runs in the family or anything. And so, it was a little unique because his wasn't in his upper extremities; it was in his, So,
wow,
his case was very unique, and that it affected his lower extremities.
Is there a way that it might have been stress induced? Like he might have just stressed him out so badly?
No,
Sheena, my father was also military. He retired military before, he passed. And there was a big article in the paper about when my dad was young. He was, a new private in the military. And he tells the story of how they were awakened early one morning and told that they were going to go on a secret mission. And so they boarded the plane, his unit did, and they flew for a couple of hours to here to there, and they ended up in this secret location.
Okay.
And they were told to don their gear and to prepare for an atom bomb.
Oh.
Okay. For a nuclear bomb, right? They were told to prepare for that. They were testing military equipment. And they were told to hunker down. They dug holes and they bunkered down. And the government let off an atomic bomb.
Oh.
Because they wanted to see, how that would affect the soldiers. Were their equipment enough to protect them?
Wow.
Now, how insane is that?
Wow.
They were guinea pigs.
Right.
But the result was, Charles, that out of my family, I'm one of 6 children. 2 of my siblings who were born after that occasion are special needs.
Oh, wow.
And I actually take care of them both. I take care of both of my special needs siblings. And so you have to wonder, I understand, your brother had the Parkinson's effect, but I think that what Spirit says, it's chemically induced. It was what they were subjected to while in the military and serving their country. You know? So
it feels like
God bless him.
It feels like it was either stress related or somehow military related.
Exactly. It was a combination therein.
I think it just left me with a lot of unanswered.
My government do this to me.
Yeah, I don't blame you, sweetheart.
And I think it just left me with a lot of unanswered questions, and the fact that, because my other brother and I actually flew back east to, after we heard the news, and of course 2 days later we flew up there, but he had already been cremated by the time we got there, so it was like there was not even an opportunity to, and it just seems like I really don't ever even know really what happened because he drowned actually. So
right.
And
I'm sorry.
He accepts responsibility for that. Charles. He accepts that responsibility. But you know what he just said earlier when you were talking? He said the only question that I can answer for you is how much I love you.
Oh.
And that's between, and I think you was plural. You, your family. He says there's no question there. And that's all you need to worry about. I'm okay, but just know that I love you.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, thanks.
It's really beautiful. Sweetie, we appreciate you, and we thank you so much. We're totally out of time.
And
everybody who's waiting to get on, and thank you, honey.
Your brother, we're going to thank you for the service that your brother provided.
Absolutely.
For us.
And he's here with you all the time, sweetheart, and he loves you so much, and he just wants you to know that, and he loves that you're trying to contact him because he has a lot to say. If you if you're listening and you want to get on a future show, just text me 818-437-0886. Those of you that have my number, please stay in touch with me. Belle, thank you for this. Where can people find you online, my friend?
You can find me at my Facebook group at Psychic Lighthouse, and this is a group of united individuals that are there to teach as well as learn.
Awesome.
And we're always about the love. You can also find me on my website, bellesalisbury.com, or friend me right here on Facebook, Belle Salisbury. I'm happy to have you.
I love that. I love how friendly you are. She's the friendly psychic. She just wants to help. I love that story. And if you're looking for me, Sheena Metal Experience.com, LATalkRadio.com. That's how to find the Sheena Metal Experience. Social media, I'm at Sheena Metal everywhere. And to find out more about Lightworkers Unite and more things I'm doing in the spiritual world, my spiritual practice is at IamRaisingYourVibration.com and at SheenaMetalSpiritual.com. And I would be remiss without mentioning that I am the founder of a movement of peace, love, kindness, and unity, and honored to have Belle Salisbury as part of my advisory board. We're at raisingthevibration.org and IamRaisingTheVibration.com, and our online community at TheVibrationNation.com, and our blog and vlog at AVibrationNation.com. And we're launching a new branch. Isn't this exciting, Belle? In April, called Women Raising the Vibration, all about women kind of getting together to raise each other's vibrations so that we can help to grow more equality in the world. So that is coming in April, and more outreaches are coming after that. Also, I have a radio show here every Monday night, 7 to 9 p.m. called Raising the Vibration. Belle has been a guest, and it's a lot of fun, and that was the first outreach of this movement. So check that out as well. Belle, thank you so much for being here. I love and adore you. Lightworkers Unite, my friends. We are here doing special broadcasts of the Sheena Metal Experience, and every week from 12 noon to 2 p.m. on my Haunted Playground show, we are helping and healing. And if you want to get a reading on the air, 818-437-0886. That's the number. Text me, and I will get you on our list. And if you've been on the list and you haven't gotten a reading, just remind me I was on the list before and you didn't get me on the air. And if you're looking to get on the air and you've been on the air before, it may take a little while because we're trying to let folks go that haven't been on before, because I'm so much about the fairness, and it's been kind of a strange obstacle in my life how overly fair I am. It's the Sheena Metal Experience on LA Talk Radio. Thank you so much for listening, and you know what happens here, my friends. I know you do. Every Monday through Friday, 5 to 7 p.m. Pacific time, we rip the veil off the human sideshow and expose those big old Homo sapiens at their most bizarre sometimes, and at their most beautiful absolutely every single day. And it's my show. You know it's my show, and that's true, my friends. It really is. But what it really, really is, always and forever, it's your experience. Thanks for listening. Have a great night, and I'll see y'all tomorrow right here on LA Talk Radio.
Irreverent, entertaining, cool. You're listening to LA Talk Radio.